Okay, this is a demo since the temperatures are getting cooler. Fall is here, I hope. We're gonna make some leaves, some fall colored leaves. And what you'll need is small parallel mashers, some scissors for cutting glass, and some glass. Oh, I forgot. A pair of tweezers. Excuse me. And I've got a kind of a larger mandrel. This is 3 millimeters. It's really old. I don't remember what size it is, but it's 3 millimeters because of what I want to do with these leaves. I want to be able to slide it on a chain, so I want the hole large enough to accommodate a chain. You can use a smaller mandrel and dip it twice, letting it dry in between each dip in your bead release, but I'm using, I'm gonna make several of these. So depending upon what you're doing with it will determine what size mandrel you can use. And then I have just a lot of different colored stringers. I've got fall colors, yellow, a dark green, some brown, transparent, yellow, red, different couple shades of red, some orange, some coral. I'm just using up what I've got on the table. I've used some scrap glass. I've got a demo on how to make that out of your leftovers. Some twisties and some stringers. So, let's get started. Oh, I just blew this out. Sorry. So this is, this could be a demo for a beginner. I'd like to think a beginner-ish person could make this. Or an adventurous beginner. Someone who has a little bit of practice, a little bit of experience with glass would be great. So let's start with some brown. I've made several of these and I like the beginner part to be brown or black. Coral, I've made a couple coral. I'll show you the examples. I'll have some pictures at the end. So these mandrels, oh, my brown is not going to cooperate. Okay, let's try some black. This is some new brown I got. And I had it in the kiln for a while, but not long enough. Sorry about that. Okay, so I dipped these mandrels twice. So the top coating isn't quite dry enough. So I'm just gently putting it in the flame so you can see it change from that little bit darker color to something light. And then I'm going to heat it up till it glows. If you heat it up too quickly and it hasn't dried, sometimes it'll crack on you. So I'm just gonna, you'll have to pardon my allergies. Fall is my allergy season, so please forgive me. I forgot a glass of water. But we're just gonna make like a little spacer bead, and we're gonna build on that to make the leaf. Doesn't take very long, and right now I'm enjoying making these. They're fun, and each one is different. So just a little spacer, and it's got some bubbles in it. That's okay, we'll get rid of them. Just making sure the hole is in the middle. I like this spacer to have a little bit of size to it because this is going to be the bale for the leaf. But I don't want to make it too big because it really makes it stand away from the neck or the chest area when you're wearing it. I'm just making sure the glass is spread out evenly and the hole is in the center. Then I'm gonna put just a little dab. I call it the starter dot. It makes the leaf have a little bit of separation from this spacer by just placing a little dab to get started. It makes it very secure too. So there's my little dab. A little dab will do you. I think what's misleading about this leaf is it doesn't need to be very large, unless that's what you're going for. So I'm just putting a larger gather. And the first thing you need to be aware of is you want to let gravity keep that dab just opposite of that starter dot. So you don't want to put so much heat on it that that starter dot tends to fall either away from you or even towards you. It won't lay right as a pendant, an independent pendant. And then I'm gonna pick some of these colors. And I've been very random at what I'm picking and where. I get a little more, pay a little bit more attention towards the end if I want a particular color to be on the surface. So I'm just wrapping around, maybe putting some dots, just filling some surface area, but I'm not completely filling. So that was green, and I put the colors in a different spot because I forget sometimes which colors I've used. Here's a little yellow. I'm actually going to hold this yellow with some pliers since it's short. So I didn't list pliers up front. Let's see, I used up the yellow. Let's do some red. Sometimes I lay it down as a stringer or a squiggle or a dot. It's all going to get distorted, which is what I want. I want the colors to blend just a little, but I don't want to end up with mud. Let's see, maybe even a little coral would be nice. And small dots of ivory. This is light ivory, but it's really just what I have on my table. I have a black stringer as well. This is a really dark brown. I have a black stringer just in case I want to put just a couple dots of black here and there. Or maybe cover up something I don't like the looks of. Please excuse me. So I'm going to mash this a little bit. There are all kinds of leaf presses. I haven't used this one in a while. I don't know where it came from either. It doesn't have any markings and I've had it a really long time. And I think everybody's seen one of these. I do use this on occasion, but you may not have a leaf press, so I'm not going to use one. Even when I use the leaf press, I mash it a little flat. So I'm just heating it at every side to make sure it's gonna get mushy. I'm letting it droop just a little bit. Then I'm gonna mash it. And the mashing is very specific too. So you want to keep in line with the mandrel this way and also horizontally. So I'm gonna look at it to make sure it's not leaning either towards the back or the front. Getting rid of the chill marks. This is gonna be a little leaf. I could have made it a little bit bigger. Pliers. I'm going to heat just less than half of that drop. And that may look a little long, but it'll go away. And I also notice this needs to be adjusted as far as in line with the mandrel. Then I'm going to heat it on the back first, because if I heat it on the back last, after I've heated the front, it may droop a little. So I'm heating it from the back and then the front, and then giving a little cut. You want to angle the cut so it's going from the center of the leaf down and out. And I'm an advocate of all things odd, so I like to put 3 cuts in a leaf. So I'll just put a tiny one on this side and another one on this side. Now I'm just moving it a little bit so it's right in line with the bale, the glass bale. Just tweaking a bit. And if you like, oh, this is another tool I didn't put. You can put some lines on this, like a leaf line, going down the center and down maybe one or two of these cuts, all heading in an angle coming from the top down. So I will check. I think it curved just a little bit. And you won't be able to see the colors yet, but there's your leaf, your fall leaf. Nice and quick. So play with it some. I appreciate your watching. Bye.